Ever wondered how Australian political parties actually get their money? Not just the donations you hear about on the news, but the real system behind it. Because who funds politics often ends up influencing politics. Let's start with the obvious and legal ways political parties make money. Most parties earn money from membership fees, merchandise like hats, shirts, and bumper stickers, small individual donations, fundraising events like dinners or trivia nights. This part is straightforward and mostly transparent. But this is only the surface layer. Political parties in Australia also receive public funding. For every vote a party receives in a federal election, they get paid taxpayer money. That means your vote literally equals dollars. Sounds fair, right? Here's the catch. Big parties that already dominate elections get more votes, which means more public money, which helps them run bigger campaigns next time. It's a self-reinforcing loop. Now we get to the less visible side of political funding. Some donations don't have to be publicly disclosed if they're under a certain amount, and donors can split large donations across multiple branches or years. That means the public often doesn't know who's really funding who, and patterns only show up long after elections are over. Transparency exists, but it's delayed and incomplete. Political parties don't just rely on individuals. They're also supported by powerful organizations, trade unions, mining companies, energy corporations, property developers, lobby groups. Some provide direct donations. Others provide in-kind support like staff, advertising, or campaign resources. Not all of this is clearly visible to voters at the time decisions are made. One of the most controversial methods: high-priced fundraising events. Think $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 per table. Who can afford that? Not teachers, not nurses, not students. These events don't just raise money. They offer proximity, access, and influence. If you can't afford the ticket, you don't get the conversation. This creates a serious democratic problem. Major parties have easier access to money, can afford more advertising, can pay staff and campaigners, can dominate media attention. Smaller parties and independents, they don't have those levers. And everyday voters? They get one vote, but very little access. Money doesn't just help win elections, it helps stay in power. The result? Politics becomes less about ideas, less about public interest, more about who can fund the loudest message. Democracy starts tilting toward those who can afford to participate. That's not equality. That's pay to play. So, what could be fairer? Here's a radical idea. Cap all private donations at very low amounts. Ban corporate, union, and industry donations entirely. Provide equal public funding to all parties and independents. Guarantee equal advertising space during elections. Real-time donation disclosure. No delays. Same money, same rules. Let ideas compete, not bank balances. Democracy works best when everyone has equal influence, not just those with money, power, or access. Understanding how political parties make money helps you understand how power actually works. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Follow for more clear explanations of how Australian politics really works.
We produce easy-to-understand explainer videos on Australian politics, and because everything is political, we cover a wide range of topics. Follow along and let us know what you want to find out about. See you in the next video. Bye!